Welcome to the Sleep and Learn channel. We invite you to listen to interesting scientific facts that will help you fall asleep gently and at the same time learn something new. Relax, close your eyes, and let a calm voice guide you into the world of knowledge and sweet sleep. The quiet origins of fruit. Fruit is one of the most familiar gifts of nature, yet its story begins in a surprisingly quiet and ancient place, inside the delicate structures of flowering plants. Long before humans ever tasted sweetness from an apple or a peach, plants evolved a remarkable strategy to protect their seeds and send them traveling across the earth. Fruit is not simply food, it is a biological invention millions of years in the making. In botanical terms, fruit develops from the ovary of a flower after pollination occurs. When pollen reaches the female part of a flower, fertilization begins a slow transformation. The flower's ovary gradually enlarges, forming a protective layer around the seeds inside. Over time, this structure becomes what we recognize as fruit. Some fruits grow soft and juicy, while others become dry or hard, but their purpose remains the same: to help seeds survive and spread. One of the most fascinating aspects of fruit is how plants use animals as partners in this process. Sweetness, color, and aroma are not accidental features. Bright reds, yellows, and oranges attract birds and mammals from far away. Sugars provide energy that animals crave, encouraging them to eat the fruit. When the fruit is consumed, the seeds inside are often carried to new locations, sometimes miles away from the original plant. In this quiet partnership between plants and animals, entire forests slowly expand. Over millions of years, this system became one of nature's most successful strategies. Many of the fruits we know today evolved alongside animals that helped disperse them. For example, some tropical fruits developed thick skins and strong aromas to attract large mammals. Others created small, brightly colored berries that birds could easily swallow and carry across landscapes. Interestingly, not all fruits are sweet. In fact, from a scientific perspective, many foods people rarely think of as fruit actually belong to that category. Tomatoes, cucumbers, pumpkins, and even avocados are technically fruits because they develop from flowers and contain seeds. This botanical definition quietly reminds us that fruit is more about plant biology than flavor. The diversity of fruit shapes and sizes across the planet is remarkable. Some fruits, like strawberries, carry their seeds on the outside. Others, like peaches and cherries, protect a single seed inside a hard pit. Certain tropical fruits can weigh several kilograms, while tiny berries may weigh less than a single gram. Each variation represents a different evolutionary solution to the same problem: protecting the next generation of plants. Another peaceful aspect of fruit is its relationship with time. Many fruits develop slowly, responding to sunlight, temperature, and rainfall. Inside the fruit, chemical changes gradually convert starches into sugars. Acids soften, aromas develop, and colors deepen. What begins as a small green structure slowly transforms into something bright, fragrant, and nourishing. When people eat fruit today, they are participating in an ancient ecological story. The sweetness of a ripe mango or the refreshing taste of an apple is not just a culinary experience. It is part of a long partnership between plants, animals, and the environment that has unfolded quietly for millions of years. In many ways, fruit represents one of nature's most gentle strategies. Rather than forcing seeds to spread through wind or water alone, plants invite the help of living creatures through color, fragrance, and flavor. This simple invitation has helped shape ecosystems across the planet. And so, every fruit carries within it a quiet purpose: to protect life, to travel, and to continue the slow, patient cycle of growth that has filled the earth with forests, orchards, and wild landscapes. The gentle science of sweetness. One of the most comforting qualities of fruit is its natural sweetness. Across cultures and centuries, humans have been drawn to the pleasant taste of ripe fruit, yet this sweetness is not merely a gift for us. It is part of a sophisticated biological process that plants developed to ensure the survival of their seeds. When fruit begins to grow, it usually starts out firm, sour, and often green. At this early stage, the fruit is not ready to be eaten. The plant is still protecting the seeds inside while they mature. Chemicals inside the fruit keep animals away by producing bitter or sour flavors. In this way, the plant quietly controls the timing of when its fruit should be consumed. As the seeds approach maturity, a remarkable transformation begins. Inside the fruit, complex carbohydrates known as starches gradually convert into simple sugars such as glucose, fructose, and sucrose. These sugars are responsible for the sweetness we experience when eating a ripe fruit. At the same time, acids that once made the fruit taste sharp slowly decrease, creating a balanced and gentle flavor. Color also plays an important role during this stage. Chlorophyll, the green pigment present in many young fruits, begins to break down. In its place, other pigments become visible. Carotenoids produce warm shades of yellow and orange, while anthocyanins create deep reds, purples, and blues. These vibrant colors act as signals to animals, quietly announcing that the fruit is ready to be eaten. The aroma of fruit develops in a similarly delicate way. During ripening, fruits release hundreds of tiny chemical compounds into the air. These aromatic molecules create the distinctive scents of apples, peaches, mangoes, and strawberries. Even from a distance, animals can detect these fragrances, helping them locate ripe fruit among leaves and branches. Temperature and sunlight also influence the sweetness of fruit. In warm climates, fruits often accumulate higher levels of sugar as the plant receives more energy from sunlight. This is one reason why fruits grown in tropical regions can taste particularly rich and fragrant. However, cooler climates sometimes produce fruits with a more balanced combination of sweetness and acidity. Another quiet factor behind fruit sweetness is the process of respiration. Even after being harvested, fruits continue to breathe slowly, consuming oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. During this process, additional chemical changes may occur, allowing certain fruits, such as bananas, pears, and avocados, to ripen further after they have been picked. Interestingly, humans have been shaping the sweetness of fruit for thousands of years. Through careful cultivation and selection, farmers gradually favored plants that produced larger, juicier, and sweeter fruits. Wild fruits were often smaller and far less sweet than the varieties commonly found in markets today. Over generations, this gentle partnership between humans and plants transformed many fruits into the flavors we now recognize. Despite these changes, the fundamental purpose of sweetness remains the same as it was millions of years ago. By producing sugars, colors, and aromas, fruits invite animals to participate in the cycle of seed dispersal. The animals gain nourishment, while the plant gains the chance to spread its seeds to new environments. Seen from this perspective, the sweetness of fruit is not simply a flavor. It is a quiet language spoken by plants, a signal that the seeds are ready, the moment is right, and the cycle of life can continue once more. The quiet diversity of fruits around the world. Across the planet, fruits appear in an astonishing variety of shapes, colors, textures, and sizes. From the smallest wild berries hidden in forest undergrowth to enormous tropical fruits hanging from towering trees, the diversity of fruit reflects the immense creativity of nature. Each fruit represents a unique evolutionary solution designed to protect seeds and help plants reproduce in different environments. One of the most noticeable differences between fruits is their structure. Botanists generally classify fruits into several categories based on how they develop and how their seeds are arranged. For example, berries, such as blueberries, grapes, and tomatoes, contain several small seeds embedded in soft flesh. In contrast, stone fruits like peaches, cherries, and plums contain a single large seed protected by a hard pit. These structural differences influence how animals eat the fruit and how seeds are later dispersed. Some fruits grow in clusters, creating large groups that attract animals from far away. Grapes and bananas are well-known examples of clustered fruits. When they ripen, the visual abundance signals to birds and mammals that a rich source of energy is available. This clustering strategy allows plants to spread many seeds at once, increasing the chances that some will find suitable places to grow. In tropical forests, certain fruits reach remarkable sizes. The jackfruit, for instance, is the largest fruit that grows on a tree and can weigh more than 30 kilograms. Its thick, spiky outer skin protects dozens or even hundreds of seeds inside. Similarly, the durian, famous for its strong aroma, has evolved a powerful scent that can travel through dense jungle air, guiding animals toward the fruit even before it becomes visible. At the opposite extreme, some fruits are incredibly small. Tiny wild berries, currants, and forest fruits may measure only a few millimeters in diameter. Yet despite their size, these fruits play an essential role in many ecosystems. They provide food for birds, insects, and small mammals, supporting complex food webs that help maintain ecological balance. The colors of fruit also vary dramatically around the world. In temperate regions, fruits often display bright reds and purples during autumn, a time when animals prepare for colder months. In tropical environments, fruits may appear in brilliant yellows, oranges, and greens that stand out against dense vegetation. These colors function as visual signals that help animals locate ripe fruit quickly. Another fascinating adaptation involves how fruits protect their seeds during travel. Some fruits develop thick skins that allow them to survive long journeys in water. Coconut palms are a famous example. Their fruits can float across oceans for weeks or even months before reaching distant shores, where new palm trees may begin to grow. Other fruits rely on wind rather than animals or water. Certain dry fruits split open when mature, releasing lightweight seeds that drift through the air. Although these fruits may not be sweet or colorful, they still belong to the same broad botanical family that includes the fruits people commonly eat. This extraordinary diversity reminds us that fruit is not simply a category of food, but a vast biological system shaped by climate, geography, and millions of years of evolution. Each forest, jungle, meadow, and orchard contains its own unique collection of fruits, quietly supporting life in many different forms. Seen from a peaceful perspective, fruit diversity reflects the gentle creativity of nature itself. Through endless variations of form, color, and flavor, plants have found countless ways to continue the cycle of life, ensuring that seeds travel, forests grow, and ecosystems remain vibrant across the earth. The quiet journey of fruit through human history. Long before cities, markets, and agriculture existed, fruit was already an important part of human life. Early humans living in forests and savannas relied on wild fruits as a natural source of energy, hydration, and essential nutrients. Bright colors among the green leaves signaled safe and nourishing food, making fruit one of the earliest foods gathered by our ancestors. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans have been collecting and eating fruit for hundreds of thousands of years. Ancient seeds discovered at prehistoric campsites reveal that wild figs, berries, and dates were common parts of early human diets. Because fruit grows naturally in many environments, it required no tools or cooking, making it one of the most accessible foods in the natural world. As human societies gradually became more organized, people began to observe the life cycles of plants. Over time, they learned that seeds from the best fruits could be planted to grow new trees. This simple discovery slowly led to the earliest forms of fruit cultivation. Instead of searching the forest for food, people could begin growing fruit closer to where they lived. Some of the earliest cultivated fruits include figs, olives, grapes, and dates. These fruits were especially valuable because they could grow in warm climates and produce reliable harvests year after year. Ancient civilizations in regions such as the Mediterranean and the Middle East developed orchards where fruit trees were carefully tended and protected. Fruit soon became more than just nourishment. In many ancient cultures, fruit symbolized abundance, prosperity, and the generosity of nature. Paintings and carvings from ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome often depict bowls filled with grapes, pomegranates, and figures. These images celebrated the peaceful richness of fertile land. Trade also played a major role in spreading fruit across the world. As merchants traveled between distant regions, they carried seeds and plants with them. Over centuries, fruits that once grew only in small geographic areas began appearing in entirely new climates. Citrus fruits traveled from Southeast Asia toward the Mediterranean, while apples spread across Europe and later to the Americas. One of the most fascinating examples of fruit travel is the apple. Wild ancestors of modern apples grew in the mountains of Central Asia. Traders moving along early trade routes, including parts of what would later be called the Silk Road, carried apple seeds and trees across vast distances. Gradually, the apple became one of the most widely cultivated fruits on Earth. During the Age of Exploration, fruit journeys expanded even further. European explorers transported fruit trees to new continents, introducing species to environments they had never known before. In return, they brought unfamiliar fruits back to their home countries. This global exchange reshaped agriculture and expanded the variety of fruits available to people worldwide. Despite all the technological changes in human history, the experience of eating fruit has remained remarkably similar. A ripe fruit still carries the same simple qualities that attracted humans thousands of years ago: sweetness, fragrance, and refreshing juice. In this quiet way, fruit connects the present moment to a deep human past. Every orchard, market stall, and fruit tree growing beside a home continues a story that began long before written history. A gentle partnership between people and plants that has nourished generations across time. The quiet nutrition hidden inside fruit. Beyond their beauty and sweetness, fruits quietly contain a remarkable collection of nutrients that support life in subtle and powerful ways. Inside the soft flesh of many fruits are vitamins, minerals, water, and natural plant compounds that have helped nourish animals and humans for millions of years. Although fruits may appear simple, their internal chemistry is surprisingly complex. One of the most well-known nutrients found in fruit is vitamin C. This vitamin plays an important role in supporting the immune system and helping the body repair tissues. Citrus fruits such as oranges, lemons, and grapefruits are especially rich in vitamin C, which is why they have long been valued as refreshing and health-supporting foods. In earlier centuries, sailors even carried citrus fruits on long voyages to prevent illnesses caused by vitamin deficiency. Many fruits are also excellent sources of dietary fiber. Fiber is a type of plant material that the human body cannot fully digest, yet it performs an important function. As food moves through the digestive system, fiber helps maintain balance and supports healthy digestion. Apples, pears, berries, and many tropical fruits contain significant amounts of this gentle but important component. Another fascinating group of compounds in fruit are antioxidants. These natural substances help protect cells from damage caused by unstable molecules known as free radicals. Fruits with deep colors, such as blueberries, blackberries, cherries, and pomegranates, often contain high levels of these protective compounds. Their vibrant pigments are not only visually beautiful but also chemically beneficial. Water content is another quiet strength of fruit. Many fruits consist of more than 80% water, making them naturally refreshing and hydrating. Watermelons, oranges, and strawberries are excellent examples. In warm climates, fruits have long served as natural sources of hydration, offering both fluid and energy in a single food. Fruits also provide natural sugars that the body can easily convert into energy. Unlike refined sugars, the sugars in fruit are combined with fiber, vitamins, and water. This combination allows the body to absorb the energy more gradually, creating a balanced and sustained source of nourishment. Different fruits contribute different nutritional benefits. Bananas, for example, are known for their potassium content, which supports muscle and nerve function. Mangoes provide vitamin A, which contributes to healthy vision. Kiwis offer a combination of vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, making them unusually nutrient-dense for their size. Scientists continue to study the many plant compounds found in fruit. Some fruits contain hundreds of unique phytochemicals, natural substances that may play roles in protecting plants from environmental stress while also offering benefits to animals that eat them. These compounds are still being explored, revealing how complex and sophisticated fruits truly are. Perhaps the most peaceful aspect of fruit nutrition is its balance. Fruits rarely contain just one beneficial element. Instead, they offer a gentle mixture of nutrients working together. Nature seems to package sweetness, hydration, vitamins, and protective compounds into a single, colorful form. When people enjoy fruit today, whether a simple apple, a bowl of berries, or a slice of mango, they are tasting more than flavor. They are experiencing a carefully balanced natural system that quietly supports life, health, and energy in one of the most elegant ways nature has created. The quiet rhythm of fruit in nature. If we observe nature carefully, fruit reveals a peaceful rhythm that repeats year after year. Across forests, orchards, jungles, and gardens, fruit follows a gentle seasonal cycle. Flowers bloom, tiny fruits appear, sunlight slowly transforms them, and eventually they ripen before beginning the process again. This rhythm connects plants, animals, and entire ecosystems in a calm and continuous pattern. The journey of fruit usually begins with a flower. Many fruit trees produce blossoms that last only a short time, sometimes just a few days. During this delicate stage, pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and small birds visit the flowers, transferring pollen from one bloom to another. Without this quiet exchange, most fruits would never form. Once pollination occurs, the flower begins its transformation. The petals fall away, and the small ovary at the center of the flower slowly grows into a young fruit. At first, it may be almost invisible, hidden among leaves. Gradually, as sunlight provides energy and the plant absorbs nutrients from the soil, the fruit begins to expand. Seasons play an important role in this process. In temperate regions, fruit trees often rest during the winter months. When spring arrives, warmer temperatures awaken the trees, and blossoms appear. Summer provides the long days of sunlight needed for fruits to mature, and by late summer or autumn many fruits reach their peak ripeness. In tropical regions, the rhythm can be slightly different. Instead of 4 distinct seasons, fruit cycles may follow patterns of rainfall and dry periods. Some trees may produce fruit several times a year, while others follow longer cycles that depend on climate conditions. Animals also adapt their behavior to these fruit rhythms. Birds often migrate to regions where fruit becomes abundant at certain times of the year. Many mammals rely on seasonal fruit harvests as an important source of energy. Even insects participate in this cycle, feeding on fruit and helping plants spread their seeds. When fruits eventually fall to the ground, their role is not finished. Some seeds begin to germinate in the soil nearby. Others are carried away by animals, wind, or water to new locations where they may grow into future trees. In this way, fruit quietly ensures that forests and plant communities continue to renew themselves. Even the decay of fruit has a purpose. As fruits break down on the forest floor, they nourish microorganisms, insects, and fungi. These tiny organisms help return nutrients to the soil, allowing new plants to grow stronger. What appears to be the end of the fruit's life is actually part of a much larger ecological cycle. For humans, this natural rhythm can feel surprisingly calming. Walking through an orchard in spring blossoms, watching fruits slowly ripen in summer sunlight, or harvesting them in autumn reminds us that nature moves at its own peaceful pace. Fruit therefore represents more than a sweet food or a colorful plant structure. It is part of one of nature's most elegant cycles, a quiet system of growth, nourishment, renewal, and balance that has continued across the earth for millions of years.